Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling College Fair. We're very excited for you to be participating in this event today. We have some very fantastic schools here to share with you some information about their institutions. My name is Clarissa, and I'll be your facilitator for this evening. Before we do get started, we do have a few housekeeping items to go over. Your camera and microphone are turned off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can also use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time. If you do also have a question for a specific school, be sure to mention them within your question. This is also just one of many sessions happening this evening, so we do encourage you to go back after the schedule to see what else there is available. And lastly, the session is being recorded and will be available at the end at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. Now, without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our first school, which is Pace University.
Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. My name is Megan Mummy, and I'm the Associate Director of Admissions at Pace University. So Pace University is a private university located in New York with 2 campus locations, which I will touch on a little bit later. All students at Pace will complete something called their PACE path while at the university. So we want to make sure that you are taking advantage of everything that the college experience has to offer for you. So that could be getting involved in a major, maybe a double major, maybe a major and a minor, or maybe even multiple minors. We want to make sure that you are getting involved in internships so that by the time you graduate, you have an experienced resume and you are career ready. This will also connect you with mentors and advisors, get you career planning guidance, everything to really make sure that you are successful by the time you graduate. And I'm going to kind of break down the PACE path in my next few slides. So first, I do want to highlight our different majors. At the university, we have over 100 split between 6 different sub-schools. Our College of Health Professions has nursing as well as a health science major. Our Dyson College of Arts and Sciences has everything from psychology to biology to our School of Performing Arts. We do have a law school at the graduate level. So if you are interested in law school as a long-term goal, we actually have a 3+3 program. Our School of Business has accounting, management, marketing, international business, everything business related. School of Education has early childhood and adolescent education. And then our Seidenberg School has computer science, information systems, and information technology. At the university, with the exception of performing arts, because there is a pre-screen process with that, and the nursing program, because there are a few different requirements that you'll have to meet, all of the admission requirements for the rest of the programs are the same. So that really gives you flexibility, whether you know what you want to do, or you want to double major or move between different fields. When you apply to the university, you're not necessarily locked into one specific area, and you can change your major or double major moving forward. At the university, class size is very important and is a part of your PACE path as well to make those connections. So our average class size is about 20 students, and our student to faculty ratio is about 16:1. So it does keep those class sizes small, and you won't be in a stadium style lecture hall. Career services are available to all of our students, really starting your first day on campus, and they will help you find multiple internships throughout your time at the university. It definitely pays off in the long run, and about 90% of our students are employed or continuing their education within 6 months of graduation. Whether you are looking to intern on Wall Street, for one of the big 4 accounting firms, for one of the big 5 publishing houses, we do have connections all over the city. And our students were not slowed down with COVID, and we transitioned really seamlessly into a virtual format for a lot of our internships in this past year. So we do have 2 different campuses, both in New York. Our New York City campus is in the financial district of Manhattan, right by the Brooklyn Bridge and right by City Hall. Our New York City campus is the larger of the 2 student-wise, and we have a little over 5,000 undergraduate students on the New York City campus. We are very vertical because we're in the city, so when you're moving between classes, you're likely moving between floors versus moving from one end of campus to the other. We do also have 4 residence halls, and housing is guaranteed for all 4 years. On the flip side, we do have a campus in Westchester, New York, so about 45 minutes north of the city. Traditional campus that's 200 acres, has a little under 3,000 undergraduate students. There's a pond, there's an environmental center. That's where all of our athletic teams are located as well, and we are Division II. In regards to the application process, there are a few things that you will need to submit so that we can review you for admission. First and foremost, we need your application itself. So you can submit the common application or the PACE application. We'll also need your transcripts, your letters of recommendation, your essay or personal statement, and then if you would like to submit SATs or ACTs, you are able to do so, but we are a test optional university. We do have a holistic application review process. So what that means is we are reading every single piece of your application before making a decision. But just to give you a general idea of our academic profile, our average GPA is about a 3.3 on a 4.0 scale, so about an 88 out of 100. Our average SAT is an 1160, and our average ACT is a 25. Again, these are just averages, and we do admit above and below that number. Here are some of our important deadlines. The first October 1st date is actually not a deadline, but we always encourage students to treat it as such because you can submit the FAFSA for financial aid consideration. The financial aid priority deadline for the FAFSA is November 15th, and all incoming students that submit the FAFSA by December 1st will automatically receive an additional $1,000 scholarship on top of the merit scholarships that they were awarded. We have a couple early different deadlines. Early decision is November 1st, early action 1 is November 15th, and early action 2 is December 1st. If you are considering our School of Performing Arts, we do have a hard application deadline of December 15th, and then you'll have to upload online pre-screens by January 15th. If you pass those pre-screens, you will have to go to an in-person audition to be admitted into the program if you pass that. February 15th, hard deadline for nursing, and it's also our preferred deadline for our regular decision applications. And then May 1 is the date where we are able to guarantee our housing up until. When you apply, you'll automatically be considered for merit scholarships, and you'll receive what that scholarship will be right in your acceptance letter. And that is it from me. I am the counselor for the entire state of Pennsylvania, so you can feel free to contact me directly if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Up next, we have Miami University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tyler Margolis. I am the Assistant Director for Regional Enrollment at Miami University. Pleasure to speak with you all today. As the Assistant Director of Regional Enrollment, my primary responsibilities are recruiting students from the Pennsylvania area. I also recruit students in New York and New Jersey as well. I'll also be reviewing any applications as well that you may be submitting. So I'm really looking forward to speaking with you guys today. As I mentioned, I am with Miami University located in Oxford, Ohio. So as I mentioned, we are Miami University of Ohio, not the University of Miami. So I always like to make that distinction beforehand. We got our name actually from the Maya Indian tribe that actually settled in the territory before we arrived. But we have a very rich tradition and a great relationship with the Maya Indian tribe in the area. As I mentioned, we are located in Oxford, Ohio. Oxford's about 45 minutes outside of Cincinnati, Ohio. It is a beautiful area. Robert Frost actually called it the most beautiful college campus that there ever was. So if you do get the opportunity to visit campus, you will see that quote promoted all over campus. So who are we? So Miami University is a mid-sized public institution of around 20,000 students. Out of that 20,000 students, a little under 17,000 are undergraduate students. So we're really focused on the undergraduate student experience. A large emphasis of that is going to be part of your Miami Global Plan. Now, what that is a heavy focus on the liberal arts, regardless of your major. We really believe in the well-rounded student, regardless of major, because we think it makes you both better inside the classroom as well as outside the classroom, and will make you more prepared once you do graduate from Miami University. As I mentioned, even though we are a mid-sized institution, our class sizes are relatively small. Average class size is around 30 students per class, so you're not going to be in too many 100 to 300 person lecture halls, which is great because you'll have a relationship with your professor, which is really beneficial, especially if you're applying to graduate school if you're applying for an internship or a full-time job opportunity. One thing that I always like to talk about as well in regards to internship and job opportunities is that Miami University has a 97%, either 97% of Miami University graduates are either continuing their education or placed in a full-time job. So that's a statistic that we are obviously very proud of. Miami University is also considered a public Ivy League institution. Now, what does that mean? So actually in the 1980s, there was an academic researcher named Richard Mall, who traveled the country trying to identify schools that provided Ivy League level facilities, student engagement opportunities, as well as teaching engagement as well. And based on that criteria, he determined that Miami provided an Ivy League level education, but at a public school tuition price. So that's a distinction that we share with 7 other institutions across the country, and is once again a badge of honor that we wear really proudly. As I mentioned before, we are really proud of our teaching excellence. So Miami was actually voted a top 10 public institution for undergraduate teaching experience. As I mentioned before, average class size is 30 students. Faculty to student ratio is about 17-1. So once again, you are going to have a really close relationship with your professor. And that's really beneficial, especially when you need a mentor in your side to give you a better understanding of, hey, what career path do I want to go on? And what options are available to me? So that's something that a lot of our students take advantage of, especially because of our institution size. We have over 100 different majors and minors. And like I said, our teaching faculty is excellent across all of them. As I mentioned, we have over 100 different majors and minors. Those 100 majors and minors are broken up into 6 different academic colleges. The first one being the College of Creative Arts. That's where you'll find your theater, music, dance, interior design, architecture programs. We also have our College of Arts and Science, which is our liberal arts college, home to over 60 different majors, dozens of different minors, and a variety of different co-majors as well. We have our College of Education, Health, and Society, which is where you'll find our teacher education program, as well as our sports leadership and management program. College of Engineering and Computing is where you'll find our various engineering majors, whether that's mechanical, robotics, electrical, and pretty much every single type of engineering program underneath the sun. This is also where you'll find our computer science program, which is perennially ranked on a year-to-year basis. We also have our Farmer School of Business, which is highly competitive. One great thing about the Farmer School of Business is the fact that the 4 largest accounting firms in the country all have offices within the Farmer School of Business. If students are not directly admitted to the Farmer School of Business, there's a very simple reapplication process. All students have to do is after their freshman year, if they are indeed admitted to Miami, or take 30 credit hours, maintain a 3.5 GPA, and take either a math or economics course within their freshman year. And last but not least, we have our nursing program, which is direct MIT only. Around 80 students per year are in our nursing program. So that's a highly selective program. And the only way to be accepted is as a first-year applicant. Miami is also home to 19 different Division I athletic programs, football, baseball. We're probably most well known for hockey. We compete for a number of different Frozen Fours, which is the ice hockey version of the Final Four. As I mentioned, we offer football. Ben Roethlisberger, Super Bowl winning quarterback, actually attended Miami University. We also have a variety of different intramural sports, as well as 50 different club teams. Our club teams compete for a variety of different national championships. We have a number of different exciting intramural sports across all different levels. One of my favorite is broomball, where students will actually play on ice hockey, and they'll hit a dodgeball with a broomstick. We also have intramural Quidditch as well, which is something that I always love to share with our prospective students. One of my favorite quotes is, "All roads don't lead to Oxford. To get here, you have to want to be here. But once you're here, you're never going to want to leave." We often refer to this feeling as the Oxford bubble, because once again, we wish you could stay forever, but you've learned way too much on Miami to keep it all in Oxford. You need to share it with the rest of the world. Last but not least, I just want to share our application deadlines. Early decision deadline number 1, or early decision is November 1st. We have 2 different early action deadlines, November 1st and early action 2, which is December 1st. If you apply either early decision or early action, either of those deadlines, you'll automatically be considered for merit scholarships. So I highly recommend applying for those. And then last but not least, we have our regular decision deadline, which is February 1st. I really appreciate everyone's time today. Love and honor is our code. You'll see it in our fight song. It really speaks to the spirit of Miami University. So I appreciate everyone, and I will put in my contact information in the chat.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Up next, we have Waynesburg University.
Hey everyone, just gonna pull up my screen. My name's Emily Smelly. I'm the Assistant Director here at Waynesburg University. Hopefully today I could give you guys an idea within the next 5-6 minutes of Waynesburg, put it all into a couple slides. But just to give you a little overview, Waynesburg, we're located in southwestern Pennsylvania, about 45 minutes south of Pittsburgh. But we're a private Christian liberal arts university founded in the 1800s. And our mission here at Waynesburg is to educate students to make connections between their faith, learning, and their serving. Here at Waynesburg, we have about 1,500 students on campus. So we're on the smaller side. We're Division III. Average class size is about 16 students. So throughout the next couple slides, I'm going to go over faith, learning, and serving. So you'll likely see some more of our quick facts in there as well. So as for Faith on Campus, we have 150 plus different events that students can attend, and it's optional for students, but those events could range from guest lectures, weekly chapel services, small group Bible studies, mission trips, service trips. Those could be domestic or international, just tons of different opportunities for our students to get involved in their faith. And I think that's something unique about our campus. The atmosphere and just the community feeling is unlike anything else, and it was something I really appreciated during my time here at Waynesburg. So again, that was a little bit of faith. I'm going to hop to learning now. So some of our quick facts, we have 70 plus different major concentration. 5 of those are integrated, meaning during your time at Waynesburg senior year, you can start taking grad school classes towards your master's degree. Those 5 programs are athletic training, business, counseling, criminal investigation, education. So a really unique opportunity for students in those areas. As I hit on earlier, average class size is about 16 students. So very one-on-one, your professors really get to know you. And then just some more quick facts. We have about a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Again, your professors are investing their time, their knowledge, and just their love into you guys to see you succeed after 4 years. Here is a list of all of our majors and minors, and you definitely got to get your glasses on to see this, but I wanted to include this so you guys could check it out just to see the opportunity that we have. If I could tell you our top 5 majors, we're definitely known for our nursing program. That's definitely our top major here on campus. We're ranked #1 in the state of Pennsylvania for our nursing program. We've had, I think it's a 99% pass rate of all students on the NCLEX, which is the big test you'll take after 4 years to get your license. Also ranked #2 here at Waynesburg for majors is criminal justice. We're ranked #1 in the state of Pennsylvania specifically for that program. Just again, the opportunity and the career path that students can have after graduation is really cool. After nursing and criminal justice would be forensic science, communication, business, and even education as well, if I have to hit on that. So those are just some of our top majors that I go off of. But again, I wanted to make sure I included this list here for you. This is available on our website, waynesburg.edu, and you can click on each major to kind of get more information on those for you. Tying in more with learning, and I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm a hands-on learner, and that's something I appreciated while at Waynesburg. Our goal is to get you guys your hands and feet wet with what you're studying in the classroom. Yes, it's important to sit down, listen to your professors, take notes, absorb all that information, but what's really important is to apply it, to actually get out and do it. So Waynesburg has that tied in with all of our majors while or during your time here. So within your 4 years, you'll graduate with an internship and also just everyday classes, putting to practice what you're learning. These are the 4 options that I put on here now, but just to keep in mind, nursing, they have clinical rotations that they'll do. Business students have the livestock trading room. Communication students, our TV studio. Again, I just wanted to throw out just some options, but all of our majors, we require an internship and just options for you to have the hands-on learning experience. So faith, learning, and now a little bit of serving here on campus. As a community whole at Waynesburg, we complete about 50,000 hours of community service, which is really cool if you think about it. And again, our mission is to intertwine your faith, your learning, and your serving. So while you're here, specifically in your major, we're going to try to get you into some service sites where you can just give back and love others during your time. Again, I hit on earlier, we have Service opportunities, all students coming in will take a service learning class where you complete about 15 to 30 hours, just depending on the class. So you'll always be involved in that. And there's options outside of that class as well for you to get involved. They get on mission trips, service trips domestically and internationally as well. Wanted to make sure I included on this for you some of our athletics. Again, we are Division III, or part of the NCAA President's Athletic Conference. Listed here just some of our sports and available options for students while they're here. If not interested in the big time commitment, we also have options for students to do intramurals and obviously tons of clubs and organizations to get involved in. But I wanted to be sure I showed this to you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Some requirements that we look for students coming in, aside from just submitting your application, is on your transcript, some college prep curriculum, which is basically what your guidance counselors are working with you guys to have in order for you to graduate. Preference is given to students that have a 3.0 or higher. And same with test scores, around a 980 or higher on the SAT, 19 or higher on the ACT. Those are our averages. That's just what preference is given to. And that doesn't mean you wouldn't be accepted if you had numbers that are lower or even higher. Again, this is just what preference is given to. We also do a holistic approach when reviewing applications. Again, we get to know you guys with everything that you share with us on your application. Listed here is our achievement awards. Every student, when they apply to Waynesburg, will receive achievement awards. I wanted to be sure to show you guys this, just to list it out for you. Based off of either just your GPA or GPA and test scores, students have the option this coming year and even next year to apply with or without test scores. But based on those numbers that you submit, you'll receive anywhere from about $6,000 up to $16,000 off of tuition. So just wanted to be sure I included that for you guys. As well, here's a list of our tuition, just to give you a breakdown of numbers, knowing what's included. Tuition's right around $39,000, and that's tuition, room and board, meal plans, fees, all of the big numbers. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Again, my name is Emily. I'm the Assistant Director of Admission here at Waynesburg. Our application's free online, so definitely check it out. And if you're interested in visiting campus, we would love to see you here soon. Thanks again for sharing with us, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you very much for your presentation. As a reminder to our participants, if you guys have any questions for the institutions you are hearing from today, definitely don't hesitate to put those in the Q&A down below. Up next, University of Essex.
Awesome, thanks, Clarissa, and good evening from the United Kingdom. It's just well, just 11:30 over here in the evening, and yeah, it's great to see so many of you here today. Despite what it says on the screen, my name is Tim Pilkington. I'm the International Officer for North America at the University of Essex. Now, before I go into the University of Essex, I always find it useful to give off a few of the better things about studying in the UK, more specifically England, which is where we are located, the capital city, which you may well have heard of. London is also located as well. So in England, we don't really do general ed. So for the most part, our bachelor's degrees are 3 years in duration, where students will be studying the subject which they love, the subject which they want to study in much greater depth over the course of a more intensive 3-year period. This is what's known as an early degree specialism. Further to this, our master's courses are usually 1 year in duration. So we're a very popular choice for students from the US, not least because we are a particularly cost-effective alternative, particularly if you're looking out of state or at private institutions. We don't really have that many private institutions in the UK, so there isn't that large disparity between the tuition fees at any given university. For example, the universities which you may well have heard of, Oxford and Cambridge, are similar to everyone else in the UK in that we're sort of quasi-funded between public money, student fees, and government investment. So the tuition fees themselves are relatively low. Further to this, you're paying for 3 years as opposed to 4 years. On top of this, a number of international scholarships are available. We accept federal aid loans, and we also accept veterans benefits. The application procedure is very simple in the UK. You use a common application system known as UCAS. You make one application and it's sent to 5 universities. And it's a much less abstract procedure than applying to colleges in the US. Further to this, we also have a post-study work visa. So upon completion of your 3-year undergraduate degree, you will also be able to stay and live and work in the UK for at least 2 more years at any level. So you don't need a company to sponsor your stay. So if you enjoyed your time in the UK, if you wanted to gain some work experience, or if you wanted to work on that British accent, you would be able to do so. Now, the thing that I really enjoy about working in the US, and I'm sorry that we can't be here in person as we often travel out to the US, is that all of our students come to us for entirely different reasons. Each year we welcome about 100 students from the US to the University of Essex. We have 3 large, vibrant campus locations very close to the City of London. All of our campuses are at least within 45 minutes of London, and the UK has got excellent public transport, meaning that you do not need to learn how to drive on the wrong side of the road, or learn how to drive stick, or negotiate our tiny roads here in the UK. We've got a very famous acting school at the University of Essex. It's actually ranked #1 in the UK for drama. We're also the only non-American school in the UK to be recognised by IRTA. So as such, we audition our students each year in New York and Los Angeles. It's a conservatoire style acting school. Further to this, we've got an incredibly strong reputation in the social sciences, most notably human rights, where we were the first university to approach it as an academic discipline, international relations, politics, international development, economics. So we currently rank 29th in the world for politics, placing us above Cornell, which we show off about at any opportunity. Now, anyone who's been to the UK before, you might recognise this map. This is the United Kingdom and the Republic of Ireland. So this is what counts as the British Isles. It's a very small country. You can fit about 4 of these into California alone. We're based in the southeast of the United Kingdom. Anyone's been to the UK, you might be familiar with London, and you can see how close all of our locations are. Our students like us because we're a large campus university, relatively rare in London, but it's very easy to get in and out of the city, and also considerably cheaper in terms of living costs while students get this campus experience. Colchester itself is the UK's oldest recorded town. So when the Romans came over to the UK, they settled first in Colchester. Indeed, it was the first capital in the UK before it got moved to London in around 30 AD. We've got the best of all worlds because we've got the City of London. The campus itself is located in 2 lively towns, Colchester and Wivenhoe. There's beautiful countryside surrounding the campus, a number of cute little villages and beaches as well because we're on the coast. Very strong reputation in the field of academic teaching, consistently top 30 in the UK, and we have a wide range of disciplines. As I say, you specialize in an academic discipline from day one, whether it be biomedical science or journalism or law or media studies or journalism or marine biology. All 3 years will be focused on this area, and we have well over 200 courses. We're also incredibly strong for student life. We don't have Greek life in the UK. We have what are known as societies, and we have well over 160 sports clubs and societies. Sports is something which is taken incredibly seriously in the UK. In the UK, it's not seen as a route towards a professional contract, but we still take it incredibly seriously. The university is very strong in the field of basketball and volleyball, typically #1 in the UK for these, and we have a team called the Essex Rebels, which competes in the UK equivalent of the WNBA. Students get to live on campus and they have guaranteed accommodation. Further to this, in the UK, you get your own room, so you will not be needing to share a room with anyone else. And it's around 80% of our rooms have their own bathroom as well, so we're en suite. And also we spend an incredible amount of money on our students. As I've mentioned before, we're a very cost-effective option for students from the US, and studying abroad, not just for a semester or year, but for the completion of your undergraduate degree is a feasible option. We are incredibly strong for employability and gaining students jobs. We've got a dedicated career service on campus. We offer students the option to study a language or 2 languages for free alongside their degree, as well as free classes in the field of data science, another specialist area of the university. I'll end on this point, which is one of my favorites about the University of Essex, is that we've got an incredibly large global community. Beyond our wonderful students from the US and from Canada, we have around 140 nationalities represented, and it makes up around 40% of our student body, which allows for a transformative educational experience where you're sharing your ideas with people from all over the world. And we have a wide range of cultural activities and societies. I am currently arranging our Thanksgiving celebration for our current US students. That is everything from me. I hope that you had found this presentation useful, I will really look forward to answering any questions you might have about the UK. My email address is here and I will include it in the chat. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Up next, we have Fairleigh Dickinson University.
Great. So just give me 1 second while I pull up my presentation. Hold on 1 second. Let's see if it'll work. Come on. I don't know about you, but I feel like that was a very hard act to follow with my American accent and being in the US. But I know, there we go. Look, technology works, guys. Surprise. Okay, so let me just get this started. Perfect. So my name is Danielle Balsamo. I am an admissions counselor at Fairleigh Dickinson University. So a little bit about Fairleigh Dickinson University. It is located in northern New Jersey. We are actually the largest private university in New Jersey. So because of that, we do have over 100+ majors, minors, and concentrations to choose from. But because we've divided our university into 2 campuses, we feel like a small liberal arts school. So we'll talk a little bit about the 2 distinctions of our campuses in a little bit, but with that small size, we do have about a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So you're going to get a really nice, intimate class size. We always joke around that we don't actually have a hall at our university that it can hold more than really 25 to 30 students. So you're getting really great personalized education. In terms of our majors, we do offer a very wide selection of majors, anywhere from education, which is a 5-year program with a master's of teaching, to engineering, marine biology, video game animation and design. Our film program is really cool because our campus is a common set for Hollywood films. In fact, we do have a film crew currently on our campus now. In addition to our standard majors, we do offer 43 4+1 combined degree advantage programs. These programs are for students interested in continuing onto their master's degree, but don't necessarily have the time or finances to spend another 2 or 3 years getting it. So we are able to condense that down for you guys into 5 years total. For student life, we do have a variety of residence halls for you to choose from. It is available all 4 years. And then we have over 112 clubs and organizations between our campuses. So this is the first campus. This is our metropolitan campus. It is located just 6 miles from downtown Manhattan, just across the river. And as you can see, we actually have our own river that runs directly through campus. So this campus is actually in 2 different towns because of this river, but it is in the same area. So this is a look from our pedestrian bridge. This campus is what we consider to be our bustling campus. It is in an upbeat suburb and has the feel of downtown Manhattan, but again, in a suburb with a really nice area. This is our Forum campus. Our Forum campus is located in Madison, New Jersey. It's a 40-minute train ride directly into Penn Station, so still very easily accessible. Something unique about this campus is that it is actually used to be the home of the Vanderbilt Twombly family, and it is the 4th largest single-family home in the country. The campus itself was designed by the architect of Central Park, so we consider this to be a picturesque campus because it is a traditional college campus with a lot of older buildings and beautiful greens for students to hang out on. In terms of how our campuses break down, they are very similar in size, with about 2,800 on our Metro campus undergrad and 2,500 on our Forum campus. Something a little bit unique about us is that we actually have 44 division sports, but 23 of them are D3 and 21 of them are D1. So we differentiate those by campus and then, of course, by mascot, which is a lot of fun. So we do actually open our basketball season with both of our basketball teams, our Forum team and our Metro team, going against each other and having a huge celebration over at our Metro campus. Our Metro campus is a little bit more of a commuter campus just by nature of proximity to New York. And then, of course, our Forum campus, the area is a little bit more expensive. It is right near Morristown, so it is a little bit more of a residential campus. Both campuses do offer vibrant student life. So our Metro campus actually turns their student union into a haunted house in October, which is one of my favorite events on that campus. And then our Forum campus has a football team, so we do a whole homecoming celebration there as well. Outside of standard classes, we do offer experiential learning opportunities. So we, of course, offer the standard internships, mentoring, networking, guest speakers for development and study abroad. But one of my favorites, and what I really like to explain to students, is that we are a liberal arts school at the core, but you get a really good balance of practical experience. So as I said before, we have a lot of Hollywood film crews that come to campus. So our film students get hands-on experience in those crews. Our business students get to go. We actually do have an England campus. So we do send students there to get into companies both in New York, in downtown, top 5 companies. And then, of course, we send them over to England for them to be able to get more of the international business involved in that degree as well. So as I said, we do have an international campus in England. So that's in the top right-hand corner. It actually is an 11th century abbey. So that's a lot of fun. Our students get to live and study in this mansion. It is the second mansion we own. We also have a campus in downtown Vancouver. Outside of those 2 campuses, we do send students all over the world. So just a few of the partnerships that we have are listed here. I always joke around, if I listed all of them, then the slide would be very hard to read. So we've listed a few, but we definitely check out the full list. I'm a huge proponent of study abroad. So in terms of our application deadlines, we do have 4 different deadlines. Our first is going to be November 1st. That is our early decision, which is a binding deadline. Our December 1st is early action. So that is non-binding. January 31st is regular decision. And then if you miss that deadline, we are going to still be accepting applications. It will be considered on a rolling basis, however. So that is provided space remains available. If you do apply by December 1st, it will be a $50 application fee waiver, an automatic $1,000 renewable FTU grant, maximum scholarship consideration, and an accelerated decision. So that is it for me. I felt like, wow, I was right on time. Yay. So I will drop my information in the chat. And then I also have a bunch of QR codes if anyone wants to really quick scan, and then I'm going to hand it off.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Our final institution for this session is Central Penn College.
Fantastic. Let me get the right screen here. Okay. So Central Penn College is a small college. We're about 1,100 students, and we're located about 10 minutes from downtown Harrisburg. Our main focus is to get our students prepared to go out for a career. So we really are that career focused. We have internship requirements, and we really want to provide that hands-on education. The other thing that makes us unique is that we have 4 11-week terms that go year-round, and then there's a 2-week break in between each term. So rather than doing semesters, we have these 4 terms that allow students to get their degrees even quicker. We have a student to faculty ratio of 15:1, and our faculty has worked or they continue to work in the fields that they teach. We have online and in-person classes. We've been doing online classes since 2004, so we're expert in that, but we allow our students to do a hybrid of online and in-person and really create that schedule that's customized for them. We are preparing our students with hands-on learning, and we have a brand new housing scholarship that allows our students to live on campus at no charge. They only pay for utilities and meal plan. So we really want to make sure that if students want that residential experience, that we can help offer that to them. We are considered one of the most affordable colleges in Pennsylvania, and we do have a variety of sports and activities. And then we also have plenty of academic support on campus to make sure that you are able to be successful now that you've made that commitment. We start with certificates and go through master's degree programs. So if you're looking to get into the medical field perhaps, and you're not sure that you want to do an associate's or a bachelor's degree, you could always get something like phlebotomy technician and do 9 months with us and then be working in that medical field and getting that experience with patients. And then again, our associate degrees, you can tell that we are very career focused. Two of our most popular are occupational therapy assistant and physical therapist assistant. And then again, bachelor's degree programs, some of our most popular are legal studies, homeland security management, business administration, accounting. And I put this master's degree program up here just because if you're interested in athletic training or getting your law degree, we do have a 3+2 program for athletic training. And then our Juris Doctorate is really special. It's a 2-year program at Central Penn. You transfer to Widener University for the remaining 3 years, and you'll graduate with your bachelor's degree and your Juris Doctorate law degree in just 5 years instead of 7. As I mentioned, we have accelerated terms. So these 11-week terms with 2-week breaks in between mean that you can earn your certificate in as little as 9 months. And that associate's degree that's typically 2 years to earn, you could earn in 15 months plus your internship. So getting you out into the workforce even sooner. And our bachelor's degree can be earned in just 3 years plus that internship. So really getting you that work experience to put on your resume. We are in the USCAA conference and we play on a Division II level. So it's a small school conference, but it gives our athletes a really unique athletic experience. We do have competitive esports as well. And then if you're looking to get involved in clubs and organizations, we have a bunch of those as well on campus. And again, we have advising, free counseling for students, a learning center that's available both in person and online, and an Office of Equity and Multicultural Affairs. Because again, we want to make sure that we're supporting our students so that once you make that commitment, we're doing all we can to help you be successful. Our campus housing is unique. It's our super suite. It is 7 students living together, sharing a common area, but each of those 7 students has their very own room. So just like in Essex, you are not sharing a room with a roommate. You have your own space, best of both worlds. You've got a community with your suite mates, but you have your own room to decorate the way you want it to be, and that you can shut the door and have your own space. We do have free parking, and we allow our students to bring a car on campus from day one. And as I mentioned, we have our housing scholarship available to all students. We want to give it to as many students as we possibly can. It includes the housing rate, and you're only responsible for utilities and your meal plan each term. It's good for up to 2 years, but as long as you meet the criteria listed here, it is renewable for an additional 2 years. So it'll cover the entire time you're on campus with us. 88.1% of our graduates were employed in their chosen field or continuing their education within a year of graduation. So that means that if you majored in accounting, you're working as an accountant. If you majored in physical therapist assistant, you're working as a physical therapist assistant. So that's what we mean by chosen field. And we have an amazing career services department that helps our students get that employment after graduation. Our admissions process is simple. We have a free application that takes about 10 minutes to complete. It is available through your phone. It's mobile friendly. So if you'd like to do it that way, it's available. We have a 500-word essay that's required, but we ask students to write about their involvement in their school and community. We do need college and high school transcripts, but we are SAT and ACT optional. And then we do require a campus interview, but if you aren't able to visit us on campus and take a tour and do the whole thing, we are able to do that virtually. If you're interested in taking a virtual tour, we've got a QR code, but we're also offering on-campus tours. So if you'd like to come and visit and see our beautiful campus, we welcome you in any time. And then to invite all of you to our homecoming event coming up this weekend, from 9 to 10:30 is our open house, and then we have our fall harvest after that. And then this is my information. You can scan that QR code or click on the link in the information I put in the chat, and you can request more information from Central Penn. Thank you so much for listening. And
all right, everyone, we have come to the end of our programming. So I'd like to thank you all for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey, and we'd appreciate any feedback you can provide to us. We also encourage you to go back to the schedule and sign up for more sessions. There's an additional hour right after this. And you'll also be able to find this session's recording as well as any others from this evening at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. Again, thank you for joining us and have a great evening.